Welcome back to the channel, and thank you for coming back and joining me today. Thank you for your support. Thank you for taking your time out. And if this is your first time of joining us, I'm inviting you to the family right now, and I'm saying, subscribe to the channel and also comment on this video and also share this video. Sometimes we are fighting a war that we never knew we are in a war. And that is the most dangerous war for us to fight. Our struggle now, our challenges now is clothed with legality. It's clothed with legality. What do I mean by that? It's through legislature. It's through a legal means that a law is passed and whatever is going on that seems to be pulling us back, that is seems to be our challenge, is legal. It's clothed with legality. And that is why, we as people, as race, cannot step on a side, not utilizing our right, our civil right. You have to get involved in politics. At least exercise your civil right. Vote. That's what I'm saying. Vote. You look at Africa. Is being settled from outside Africa. Maybe the European Union make some kind of law or policy which is legal in their land, but it's a war in Africa because that legality, that policy, that things that has a consensus ran in Europe is fighting a war in Africa. And that is what I meant by that. That sometimes now, or mostly some of our struggle right now, is clothed with legality. It's through legislature and through law. That is not illegal, but it's a law that is fighting, us as people sometimes. A trade policy between the European Union, between G20 or between G7, that is affecting Africa, that is affecting African, but it's legal. But we are fighting this war. So what I'm saying is, we as people have to understand how to realize that sometimes some of our struggle is not going to be physical. It's not going to be carnal. It's not going to be something you can pinpoint and say, oh, this is you hurt me here. You hit me on my face. No, it's not going to be that. It's going to be covered with bills, legislatures, and legality. It's going to be legal. Let me just now narrow it to us now. Let me narrow it to United States. Let me narrow it to us here in the United States. Saying that when a law is made, when a law is enacted, okay, so when a law is enacted to stop that seems to be our value of as a race, then we are fighting a war, invisible war, a war that is clothed with legality, a law that is clothed with a legislature that makes it legal, it makes it illegalize it. So that is what I meant by that our struggle, our pullback now is clothed with legality. It's clothed with things that you can't fight against it in the court of law because it is the law. Like when it comes to, training a child, it's an effort of a community and or effort of a belief of our faith, of our thing, or you want to be in a certain environment that you think is good for your kids or that you think is good for your family, but legally you cannot do that. You cannot do that because it's against the law. Let's I don't want to go too much into religion, so you have to kind of, slow yourself down and, and again, a certain punishment that you can punish your kids or deprive them of certain things for the consequence of what they do wrong is illegal. Okay, understand that. Yeah, it could be illegal. And if you have faith and your faith said, certain things like, this is how you train your child. But now you can't do that because there's an issue of legality. And if this child, the same child that you cannot pinch or you cannot take something away from a certain time because it's going to be looked at as you are something. If that child goes out there and does something, they will put a cap on that child. The child, he can be shot. He or she can be shot. But you can do certain things at home, but he can be shot outside because he did stupid stuff outside. But if I have done what I can do here, you probably won't be able to have to shoot him or shoot her outside there. And I hope we Black, we African, we kind of speak sometimes in parable. So we don't always just say things. We expect that once we are saying it, you are catching up with it and you are understanding it. It's in parable. Okay, it's in parable. There's a saying in Africa, that's in the Yoruba tribe. They said half of a word is enough for the wise, which means half of what I said is enough for the wise. So I don't have to open all my mouth, especially I'm talking about us here in the United States now. This is how we train a child. This is what we do. But for something, we cannot do that. I'm just use that as one example. I'm just saying that someone, maybe you try to get a job, you're trying to seek this kind of a job, or you're trying to get kind of training on this area, and unfortunately, you can't get a loan because of something you did wrong in the past that's affecting you from getting a loan for you to better yourself. That is all I'm just saying generally. That our struggle. Maybe you want to, buy a house. You want to, get a new career, or you want to go to school, to this kind of school, or you want to go to that kind of school, or you want to get this kind of job, or you want to, all those things sometimes that we can get to. Sometimes those struggles are clothed in legality. They are clothed with legislature that backs it, that, hey, you can't do that because you are not qualified because blah, 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 blah. So we have to understand that. Sometimes we are fighting a war that we didn't even know we are fighting. We are fighting a struggle that has already been there all along, but because we didn't pay attention, or we didn't see it that way, or we didn't process it that way, and all of a sudden we find ourselves, going around and round and round and round. So I'm just, bringing this to us, that for us to be able to get involved in voting, go vote, use your right. It's your civil duty to vote and get involved in legislatures and bills, being enacted and all making legal, our legal system. Get involved, have a voice, have a say, in all those areas. There's another African saying that said, if you're not there, don't ask anyone how it's being shared. If you are not there, don't ask anybody how do you share it. Okay, how they share it for those that are not there is they share them the smallest. The smallest is given to those that are not there. So you have to be there. So if you're not there, don't ask anybody how do they share it. Because that's the piece they gave you, that's it. But if you are there, then you can speak, you can talk, you can say, hey, this is not what we want. I just think I should kind of bring people for us to get involved in things, because our struggle sometimes is clothed in legality. It's not carnal, and also we have to get involved in this legal system of enacting laws and enacting bills and legislature, system, and let us all exercise our civil duty and get involved in it. This is things that we do to empower ourselves, knowing that every one of us together, we can go to the next level. We can do great for ourselves. One love, one race. And this is part of it that we are doing right now. So I want to hit like and subscribe to this channel. Also, I'm using this opportunity to invite you to my zoomspace.com, myzoomspace.com. This is where we can kind of talk, and you can share your own opinion. You can upload your video. You can, share, help somebody else and be helped also. This is what we do on that platform, myzoomspace.com. We can talk one-on-one, and we can answer ourselves questions and show. Thank you once again. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for taking your time out. Until I see you in the next video, I say have a wonderful day.